There's a word or a thing that people are scared or intimidated by, and you don't want to do the thing or be associated with that word because everyone else is like so freaked out by it. When you actually do the thing or learn about the thing, you're like, oh my gosh, why was everyone so freaked out about this? Maybe they did have a bad experience with it, but they didn't have to. That's how I feel about music theory. People seem to think that we have to teach theory starting from 18th century functional harmony. But if you think about what theory actually is, it's just observing patterns in music, so why do we need to start in a specific period of history? I always suggest that people start with music that they are more familiar with. For the same reason I said in that last video, it's easier to learn theory or the grammar or when it's your native language, when it's a language that you already know how to speak fluently. Music appreciation classes use what's called SMRG, which is an acronym for sound, harmony, melody, rhythm, and growth, and how to look at different pieces of music using that framework of just like noticing different music elements, how they interact together. You can do that with any piece of music. There are theories of functional harmony in pop music as well. They aren't that much more difficult to grasp. For me, reading Stephanie Acevedo's work clarified classical functional harmony a little bit for me. These functions like tonic, dominant, serve a role in a bigger scheme of expectation. We're really looking at functions to better understand our expectations as listeners. When you come to functional harmony from that perspective, that we're looking at expectation instead of just like we're defining these functions for no reason other than to just organize them into functions, a little bit more sense, and you can approach it from any period in history. And I would like to see that in the classroom as well. Starting with music students are more familiar with than just going chronologically through history. I didn't even learn history in chronological order kindergarten through 12th grade. But for those of you who are trying to get into theory and don't know how to get into theory, and all of the resources tend to be about 18th century functional harmony, start with SMRG. Notice patterns on your own and see if there's like any patterns in your favorite music. And if you do want help on that, I do have a free course, a beginner music theory class. Overall, I think people should learn theory based on what they're most curious about, and that classroom theory should start with what most people are more familiar with.